Hi, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to share with you some of the success secrets of the top 1%. Yes, you heard me right. The top 1%. Not the top 10%, not the top 5%. The elite of the elite. The cream of the crop. The best of the best. How do I know these secrets? Well, I've been fortunate enough to learn from some of the most successful people in the world. People who have achieved extraordinary results in various industries and domains. People who have created massive wealth, impact, and influence. People who have mastered the art and science of success. And guess what? These secrets are not exclusive to them. They are universal and timeless principles that anyone can apply to their own lives. Whether you want to start a business, grow your career, improve your health, or enhance your relationships, these secrets will help you get there faster and easier. So, are you ready to learn these secrets? Are you ready to join the top 1%? If you are, then keep watching this video because I'm going to reveal them to you one by one. Let's go. The first success secret of the top 1% is choose the right woman as your partner. Yes, you heard me right. The woman you choose will be the most important decision outside of work. Why? Because she will either make you or break you. Think about it. Who do you spend the most time with? Who do you share your dreams and fears with? Who do you rely on for support and comfort? Who do you come home to after a long day of work? That's right, your partner. Your partner is your best friend, your lover, your confidant, and your teammate. She can either lift you up or drag you down. So, how do you choose the right woman as your partner? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Choose a woman who understands your ambition and provides a safe space at home. You want a woman who respects your goals and supports your vision. You want a woman who doesn't nag or complain about your work or your schedule. You want a woman who creates a peaceful and loving environment at home, where you can relax and recharge. Choose a woman who has her own life and passions. You don't want a woman who depends on you for everything or who tries to control you or change you. You want a woman who has her own interests and hobbies, who can take care of herself and be happy on her own. You want a woman who adds value to your life, not subtracts from it. Choose a woman based on character and compatibility, not looks or social status alone. Don't get me wrong, looks and social status are important factors, but they are not the only ones. You want a woman who is beautiful inside and out, who has a good heart and a good mind. You want a woman who shares your values and beliefs, who can communicate well and resolve conflicts. You want a woman who is loyal and faithful, who can grow with you and stay with you. Now, I'm not saying that finding the right woman is easy or that there is only one perfect woman for you. But I'm saying that it's worth the effort and the patience. Because when you find the right woman, she will make your life better in every way. She will be your partner in crime, your cheerleader, your soulmate. She will be the best thing that ever happened to you. So, don't settle for less than you deserve. Choose the right woman as your partner and watch how your success skyrockets. Trust me, it works. The second success secret of the top 1% is distinguish between opinions and good advice. This is a very important skill that can save you a lot of time, energy, and money. Because let me tell you something, everyone has an opinion, but not everyone has a say. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that you should not listen to everyone who has something to say about your life, your goals, your decisions, or your actions. Because most of them don't know what they are talking about. They are either ignorant, jealous, biased, or have ulterior motives. They are either trying to discourage you, mislead you, or use you. So, how do you distinguish between opinions and good advice? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Only listen to people who have experience and success in what you want to do. You want to learn from the best, not from the rest. You want to listen to people who have been where you are and who have gone where you want to go. You want to listen to people who have proven results and credibility in their fields. Only listen to people who have your best interest at heart. You want to listen to people who care about you and who want you to succeed. You want to listen to people who are honest and constructive with their feedback. You want to listen to people who inspire you and challenge you. Only listen to people who can back up their claims with facts and evidence. You don't want to listen to people who just talk without any substance or logic. You don't want to listen to people who make assumptions or generalizations without any data or research. You don't want to listen to people who base their opinions on emotions or hearsay. Now, I'm not saying that you should ignore all opinions or that you should never ask for advice. But I'm saying that you should be selective and critical about who you listen to and what you take in. Because not all opinions are equal and not all advice is good. And one more thing, don't be afraid to say that you don't have an opinion when you are not well informed on something. I love to say that. It shows that I'm humble and open-minded. It shows that I'm willing to learn and improve. It shows that I'm not a know-it-all or a smartass. So, don't let opinions cloud your judgment or influence your actions. Distinguish between opinions and good advice and follow the latter. Trust me, it works. The third success secret of the top 1% is buy assets when you make money. This is a very smart and simple way to grow your wealth and secure your future. Because let me tell you something, you're a liability to yourself when you make money. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that when you make money, you have two choices. You can either spend it or save it. And most people choose to spend it. They buy things that they don't need or that they can't afford. They buy things that lose value over time or that cost them more money to maintain. They buy things that make them look rich but actually make them poor. But the top 1% don't do that. They buy assets when they make money. They buy things that make them more money or that increase in value over time. They buy things that are difficult to sell and have low risk and steady returns. They buy things that make them rich and keep them rich. So, what are some examples of assets that you can buy when you make money? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Buy real estate properties in prime locations or with high potential. You can rent them out for passive income or sell them for capital gains. You can also use them as collateral for loans or leverage for other investments. Buy stocks or bonds of reputable companies or industry that have strong fundamentals and growth prospects. You can earn dividends or interest from them or sell them for profits. You can also use them as security for loans or margin for other trades. Buy gold or silver or other precious metals or commodities that have intrinsic value and demand. You can store them safely or trade them easily. You can also use them as hedge against inflation or currency fluctuations. Buy art or antiques or other collectibles that have historical significance and cultural appeal. You can display them proudly or auction them off. You can also use them as insurance against disasters or theft. Now, I'm not saying that you should never spend money or enjoy life. But I'm saying that you should spend wisely and invest wisely. Because when you buy assets, you are not only spending money, you are making money. You are creating multiple streams of income and building your net worth. You are securing your financial freedom and independence. And the best part is, assets will help you finance your future purchases and get loans from banks. Because banks love assets. They love to lend money to people who have assets. They love to see that you have something valuable that they can take if you don't pay back. They love to see that you have something profitable that they can earn interest from. So, don't be a liability to yourself when you make money. Be an asset to yourself and to others. Buy assets when you make money and watch how your wealth grows exponentially. Trust me, it works. The fourth success secret at the top 1% is do what's practical, not what's sexy. This is a very realistic and sensible way to make money and achieve success. Because let me tell you something, most successful people make money in boring ways by solving problems or improving efficiency. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that most successful people don't do what everyone else is doing or what everyone else thinks is cool or trendy. They don't chase after the latest fad or the hottest markets. They don't try to build a billion-dollar unicorn company that disrupts an industry or changes the world. No, they do what's practical, not what's sexy. They do what works, not what sounds good. They do what solves a pain point or creates a value proposition for their customers or clients. They do what makes them money, not what makes them famous. So, what are some examples of doing what's practical, not what's sexy? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Do what you know or what you can learn quickly. You don't need to reinvent the wheel or start from scratch. You can leverage your existing skills or knowledge or acquire new ones that are relevant and in demand. You can use your expertise or experience to provide a service or a product that people need or want. Do what others don't want to do or can't do well. You don't need to compete with everyone else or follow the crowd. You can find a niche or a gap in the market that is underserved or overlooked. You can offer a solution or an improvement that others can or won't. Do what generates cash flow or profit margin. You don't need to chase after growth or scale at all costs. You can focus on generating revenue or income that exceeds your expenses or costs. You can optimize your business model or strategy to maximize your cash flow or profit margin. Now, I'm not saying that you should never do what's sexy or what's innovative. But I'm saying that you should do what's practical first and then do what's sexy later. Because when you do what's practical, you're not only making money, you're creating stability and sustainability. You are building a solid foundation and a loyal customer base. You are proving your value and your viability. And the best part is, there is money all around you if you look for opportunities. Because opportunities are everywhere, in every industry, in every domain, in every market. You just need to open your eyes and your mind and see them. You just need to be practical and not be distracted by the shiny objects. So, don't be fooled by the hype or the glamour of doing what's sexy. Be smart and be pragmatic by doing what's practical. Do what works for you and for your customers and watch how your success grows steadily. Trust me, it works. The fifth success secret of the top 1% is, have a set morning routine. This is a very powerful and beneficial way to start your day and set yourself up for success. Because let me tell you something, the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that how you spend your first hour or two after you wake up can have a huge impact on your mood, your energy, your focus, and your performance for the rest of the day. If you start your day in a positive and productive way, you will feel more confident and motivated to tackle your tasks and goals. If you start your day in a negative and unproductive way, you will feel more stressed and overwhelmed by your challenges and obstacles. So, how do you have a set morning routine? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Wake up at a time that makes sense for you and your schedule. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. if that doesn't work for you or your lifestyle. You just need to wake up at a time that allows you to have enough sleep and enough time to prepare for your day. You also need to wake up at a consistent time every day, so that your body and mind can get used to it and function better. Do something that helps you start your day positively. You want to do something that makes you happy or grateful or inspired or calm. You want to do something that puts you in a good mood and a good mindset. You can do things like meditate, pray, journal, read, listen to music, watch a motivational video, or say affirmations. Do something that helps you start your day productively. You want to do something that makes you active or alert or focused or prepared. You want to do something that gets you ready and energized for your day. You can do things like exercise, stretch, shower, eat breakfast, plan your day, review your goals, or check your emails. Now, I'm not saying that you should have the same morning routine as everyone else or as me. But I'm saying that you should have a morning routine that works for you and that suits your needs and preferences. Because when you have a set morning routine, you're not only starting your day well, you are ending it well too. You are creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces your habits and behaviors. You are building momentum and consistency that leads to success. So, don't underestimate the power of having a set morning routine. Make it a priority and a ritual in your life and watch how your day improves dramatically. Trust me, it works. The sixth success secret of the top 1% is talk less and listen more. This is a very simple and effective way to communicate and influence others. Because let me tell you something, the less you talk, the more they listen. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that when you talk less, you make your words more valuable and powerful. You make people pay more attention and respect to what you say. You make people curious and interested in what you think. You make people feel more important and appreciated when you listen to them. But when you talk too much, you do the opposite. You make your words less meaningful and impactful. You make people lose interest and respect for what you say. You make people bored and annoyed by what you think. You make people feel less important and appreciated when you ignore them. And not only that, But talking too much can also lead to mistakes, trouble, or leaks of information. You can say something wrong or offensive or inappropriate that can damage your reputation or relationship. You can say something confidential or sensitive or valuable that can expose your secrets or plans or strategies. You can say something unnecessary or irrelevant or redundant that can waste your time or energy or resources. So, how do you talk less and listen more? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Talk only when you have something important or useful or interesting to say. Don't talk just for the sake of talking or to fill the silence or to impress others. Think before you speak and choose your words carefully and wisely. Talk only when you are asked or invited or expected to say something. Don't interrupt or dominate or monopolize the conversation. Wait for your turn and respect the rules and norms of the situation. Talk only as much as necessary or appropriate or relevant for the context. Don't ramble or repeat or digress from the topic. Be concise and clear and focused on the message. But don't just talk less, also listen more. Because successful people listen more than they talk. They listen more because they want to learn, analyze, and question things. They listen more because they want to understand, empathize, and connect with others. They listen more because they want to improve, grow, and succeed. So, don't be a chatterbox or a blabbermouth or a loudmouth. Be a listener and a learner and a leader. Talk less and listen more and watch how your communication skills improve significantly. Trust me, it works. The 7th success secret of the top 1% is pick the right opportunity at the right time. This is a very crucial and strategic way to make money and achieve success. Because let me tell you something, timing is everything in life and business. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that when you pick the right opportunity at the right time, you can capitalize on the market trend and customer demands. You can take advantage of the gaps and niches in the industry. You can leverage the first mover advantage and the network effects. You can create a competitive edge and a unique value proposition. But when you pick the wrong opportunity at the wrong time, you can miss out on the market opportunities and customer needs. You can face more competition and saturation in the industry. You can lose the first mover advantage and the network effects. You can struggle to differentiate yourself and your value proposition. So, how do you pick the right opportunity at the right time? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Don't do what someone else is doing now. Do what they did when they started out. You don't want to copy or follow or imitate what others are doing now, because that means you're already behind them and you have to catch up with them. You want to do what others did when they started out, because that means you're ahead of them and you have to keep up with them. Do things in the right order based on your skill level and resources. You don't want to do things that are too easy or too hard for you, because that means you're either wasting your potential or risking your failure. You want to do things that are just right for you, because that means you are maximizing your potential and minimizing your failure. Do things that align with your passion and purpose. You don't want to do things that you don't enjoy or care about, because that means you're losing your motivation and satisfaction. You want to do things that you enjoy and care about, because that means you're gaining your motivation and satisfaction. Now, I'm not saying that picking the right opportunity at the right time is easy or obvious, but I'm saying that it's possible and rewarding. Because when you pick the right opportunity at the right time, you are not only making money, you are making history. You are creating a legacy and an impact that lasts beyond your lifetime. So, don't be late or early or wrong in picking your opportunities. Be timely and accurate and right in picking your opportunities and watch how your success soars exponentially. Trust me, it works. The 8th success secret of the top 1% is rely on discipline over motivation. This is a very important and essential way to achieve your goals and maintain your success. Because let me tell you something, motivation is fleeting and unreliable. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that motivation is something that comes and goes, that depends on your mood, your energy, your environment, and your circumstances. Motivation is something that you can control or predict. Motivation is something that you can rely on or trust. But discipline is different. Discipline is something that stays and lasts, that doesn't depend on your mood, your energy, your environment, or your circumstances. Discipline is something that you can control and create. Discipline is something that you can rely on and trust. So, how do you rely on discipline over motivation? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Have a clear and specific goal that you want to achieve. You don't want to have a vague or general goal that you can't measure or track. You want to have a clear and specific goal that you can break down into smaller and manageable steps. Have a plan and a schedule that you follow consistently. You don't want to have a random or flexible plan that you can change or skip anytime. You want to have a plan and a schedule that you follow consistently, regardless of how you feel or what happens. Have a system and a habit that you stick to persistently. You don't want to have a temporary or occasional system that you use only when you are motivated or inspired. You want to have a system and a habit that you stick to persistently, even when you are not motivated or inspired. Now, I'm not saying that you should never have motivation or use motivation. But I'm saying that you should not depend on motivation or need motivation. Because when you rely on discipline over motivation, you are not only achieving your goals, you are maintaining your success. You are creating a lifestyle and a mindset that supports your growth and progress. You are becoming a winner and staying a winner. And the best part is, winning is a continuous process that requires discipline. Because winning is not a one-time event or a final destination. Winning is a series of actions and decisions that lead to positive outcomes and results. Winning is a habit and a behavior that leads to excellence and mastery. So, don't be fooled by the hype or the glamour of motivation. Be smart and be strong by relying on discipline. Rely on discipline over motivation and watch how your success becomes unstoppable. Trust me, it works. The 9th success secret of the top 1% is, don't sleep on a win or rest on your laurels. This is a very important and essential way to sustain your success and avoid failure. Because let me tell you something, just because you won does not make you a winner. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that winning is not a destination, but a journey. Winning is not a one-time event or a final outcome. Winning is a continuous process and a constant challenge. Winning is a habit and a behavior. But many people don't understand that. They think that winning is the end of the road, the peak of the mountain, the finish line of the race. They think that winning is the ultimate goal, the ultimate reward, the ultimate satisfaction. And that's where they go wrong. Because when they think that way, they become complacent and arrogant. They become lazy and careless. They become overconfident and underprepared. They stop learning and improving. They stop working and growing. They stop challenging and competing. They sleep on their win or rest on their laurels. And that's when they lose. So, how do you avoid that? How do you not sleep on your win or rest on your laurels? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Celebrate your wins, but don't get carried away. You deserve to enjoy and appreciate your wins, but you don't need to exaggerate or boast about them. You can be happy and proud of your wins, but you don't need to be smug or cocky about them. Learn from your wins, but don't get satisfied. You can use your wins as feedback and validation, but you don't need to use them as excuses or limitations. You can use your wins as motivation and inspiration, but you don't need to use them as comfort or stagnation. Build on your wins, but don't get comfortable. You can use your wins as leverage and advantage, but you don't need to use them as security or entitlement. You can use your wins as opportunities and possibilities, but you don't need to use them as guarantees or certainties. Now, I'm not saying that you should never be happy or proud or satisfied with your wins. But I'm saying that you should never be complacent or arrogant or comfortable with your wins. Because when you don't sleep on your win or rest on your laurels, you are not only sustaining your success, you are increasing your success. You are creating more wins and more results. You are becoming more excellent and more masterful. And the best part is, winning becomes easier and more fun. Because winning becomes part of who you are and what you do. Winning becomes part of your identity and your lifestyle. Winning becomes part of your nature and your culture. So, don't be foolish or lazy or careless in sleeping on your win or resting on your laurels. Be smart and diligent and careful in not sleeping on your win or resting on your laurels, and watch how your success becomes unstoppable. Trust me, it works. The 10th success secret of the top 1% is, build good relationships with banks from early on. This is a very useful and necessary way to finance your assets, businesses, or purchases. Because let me tell you something, banks are your friends and your enemies. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that banks can help you or hurt you, depending on how you deal with them. Banks can lend you money or take your money. Banks can support your growth or limit your potential. Banks can make your life easier or harder. So, how do you build good relationships with banks from early on? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Have a good credit score and history. You want to have a good credit score and history because that shows that you are trustworthy and responsible. That shows that you pay your bills on time and that you don't default on your loans. That shows that you are a low-risk and high-return customer for the banks. Have a good banking behavior and record. You want to have a good banking behavior and record because that shows that you are active and loyal. That shows that you use your bank accounts regularly and that you don't switch banks often. That shows that you are a valuable and long-term customer for the banks. Have a good banking relationship and communication. You want to have a good banking relationship and communication because that shows that you are friendly and cooperative. That shows that you know your bankers personally and that you keep in touch with them frequently. That shows that you are a pleasant and easy customer for the banks. Now, I'm not saying that building good relationships with banks is easy or fun. But I'm saying that building good relationships with banks is worth it and beneficial. Because when you build good relationships with banks from early on, you can get more money and better terms from them. You can get more loans and lower interest rates from them. You can get more flexibility and convenience from them. But when you don't build good relationships with banks from early on, you can get less money and worse terms from them. You can get less loans and higher interest rates from them. You can get less flexibility and convenience from them. And not only that, but not building good relationships with banks can also give you trouble or headaches in the future. You can face more problems or difficulties in getting approved or funded by the banks. You can face more fees or penalties or charges by the banks. You can face more audits or investigations or lawsuits by the banks. So, don't be ignorant or careless or reckless in dealing with banks. Be smart and careful and respectful in dealing with banks and watch how your success becomes easier and faster. Trust me, it works. And one more thing, I started reading finance books from a young age to prepare myself for making money. I learned about banking, investing, accounting, taxation, and more. I learned how to manage my money and how to make my money work for me. I learned how to use the power of compounding and leverage to multiply my wealth. And I suggest you do the same. Because knowledge is power and money is freedom. And when you have both, you have everything. So, don't be afraid or lazy or bored of reading finance books. Be curious and diligent and interested in reading finance books and watch how your success becomes smarter and bigger. Trust me, it works. The 11th success secret of the top 1% is keep your circle small and solid. This is a very wise and prudent way to protect your privacy and your success. Because let me tell you something, you can have many acquaintances with few confidants. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that you can have many people who know you or who like you or who admire you. You can have many people who are friendly or polite or respectful to you. You can have many people who are useful or helpful or supportive to you. But you can have few people who really know you or who really like you or who really admire you. You can have few people who are loyal or honest or trustworthy to you. You can have few people who are reliable or dependable or consistent with you. And that's okay. Because quality is better than quantity when it comes to your circle. Because having a small and solid circle can benefit you in many ways. So, how do you keep your circle small and solid? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Keep your private business private. You don't want to share everything or anything with everyone or anyone. You want to keep your secrets and your plans and your strategies to yourself or to a few trusted people. You want to avoid loose lips that sink ships. Keep your standards high and your expectations low. You don't want to associate with anyone or anything that lowers your value or your vision. You want to associate with people and things that raise your value and your vision. You want to avoid disappointment and frustrations that come from having high expectations. Keep your pace fast and your evolution constant. You don't want to slow down or stop for anyone or anything that holds you back or drags you down. You want to speed up and move forward with people and things that push you forward and lift you up. You want to avoid stagnation and regression that come from having a slow pace. Now, I'm not saying that you should be isolated or antisocial or rude. But I'm saying that you should be selective and careful and respectful of who you let into your circle and how you treat them. Because when you keep your circle small and solid, you are not only protecting your privacy and your success, you are enhancing them. You are creating a network and a community that empowers and enriches you. You are becoming a leader and an influencer that inspires and impacts others. And the best part is, keeping your circle small and solid becomes easier and more fun as you grow and succeed. Because as you grow and succeed, you attract more like-minded and high-quality people into your circle. You attract more people who share your values and beliefs, who understand your goals and challenges, who complement your strengths and weaknesses. So, don't be desperate or naive or careless in expanding your circle. Be confident and smart and careful in keeping your circle small and solid, and watch how your success becomes safer and stronger. Trust me, it works. The 12th success secret of the top 1% is, take radical responsibility for everything in your life. This is a very powerful and liberating way to live your life and achieve your success. Because let me tell you something, blaming others or external factors is unproductive and dishonest. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that when you blame others or external factors for your problems or failures, you are not only wasting your time and energy, you are also lying to yourself and others. You are not acknowledging or accepting the truth of the situation. You are not taking ownership or accountability for your actions and decisions. But when you take radical responsibility for everything in your life, you do the opposite. You acknowledge and accept the truth of the situation. You take ownership and accountability for your actions and decisions. You face the consequences and the results of your choices. And that's a good thing. Because taking radical responsibility can benefit you in many ways. So, how do you take radical responsibility for everything in your life? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Take responsibility for what went wrong and how to fix it. You don't want to ignore or deny or justify what went wrong and how it affected you or others. You want to analyze and understand what went wrong and how you can fix it or prevent it from happening again. You want to learn from your mistakes and improve from them. Take responsibility for what you can control and what you can't control. You don't want to worry or stress or complain about what you can't control, such as other people's actions or opinions, or the weather or the economy. You want to focus and act on what you can control, such as your own actions and reactions, or your attitude or your mindset. You want to adapt to the circumstances and make the best of them. Take responsibility for your own happiness and success. You don't want to depend on or expect others to make you happy or successful, such as your partner or your boss, or your friends or your family. You want to make yourself happy and successful by doing what you love and what you are good at, by pursuing your passion and purpose, by achieving your goals and dreams. You want to create your own happiness and success by being yourself and doing your best. Now, I'm not saying that taking radical responsibility is easy or comfortable, but I'm saying that taking radical responsibility is worth it and rewarding. Because when you take radical responsibility for everything in your life, you are not only living honestly and productively, you are living powerfully and freely. You are taking control of your life and destiny. You are becoming the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. And the best part is, taking radical responsibility becomes easier and more natural as you practice it and experience it. Because as you practice it and experience it, you develop more confidence and competence in yourself and your abilities. You develop more trust and respect in yourself and others. You develop more freedom and happiness in yourself and your life. So, don't be a victim or a bystander or a follower in your life. Be a leader and a creator and a winner in your life. Take radical responsibility for everything in your life and watch how your success becomes inevitable and unstoppable. Trust me, it works. The 13th success secret of the top 1% is, work like new money but act like old money. This is a very balanced and effective way to make money and keep money. Because let me tell you something, You should have the hunger and drive of new money, but the wisdom and values of old money. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that new money and old money are two different types of money that have different characteristics and behaviors. New money is money that is earned or acquired recently, usually by people who come from humble or poor backgrounds. Old money is money that is inherited or accumulated over generations, usually by people who come from wealthy or noble backgrounds. And both types of money have their pros and cons. New money has the advantage of being more ambitious and innovative, more willing to take risks and try new things, more adaptable and flexible to changing markets and technologies. But new money also has the disadvantage of being more reckless and wasteful, more prone to making mistakes and losing money, more flashy and ostentatious with their spending and lifestyle. Old money, on the other hand, has the advantage of being more conservative and prudent, more careful and cautious with their money and investments, more discreet and elegant with their spending and lifestyle. But old money also has the disadvantage of being more complacent and stagnant, more resistant to change and innovation, more elitist and snobbish with their attitude and values. So, how do you work like new money but act like old money? Well, here are some tips from the top 1%. Work like new money by being hungry and driven. You want to have a strong desire and motivation to make money and achieve success. You want to have a clear vision and goal of what you want to accomplish and how you want to live. You want to have a high work ethic and productivity that makes you stand out from the crowd. Work like new money by being innovative and adaptable. You want to have a creative mind and a curious spirit that makes you explore new ideas and opportunities. You want to have a flexible approach and a resilient attitude that makes you adapt to new challenges and changes. You want to have a growth mindset and a learning mentality that makes you improve yourself and your skills. Act like old money by being wise and prudent. You want to have a sound knowledge and a good judgment that makes you manage your money and investments wisely. You want to have a careful plan and a smart strategy that makes you avoid unnecessary risks and losses. You want to have a long-term perspective and a big-picture view that makes you think ahead and prepare for the future. Act like old money by being elegant and discreet. You want to have a refined taste and a classy style that makes you spend your money elegantly. You want to have a humble demeanor and a quiet confidence that makes you act discreetly. You want to have a noble character and a generous heart that makes you value more than money. Now, I'm not saying that you should be ashamed or proud of being new money or old money. But I'm saying that you should be balanced and effective in being both new money and old money. Because when you work like new money but act like old money, you are not only making money, you are keeping it and multiplying it. You are creating wealth and legacy that lasts beyond your lifetime. And the best part is, working like new money but acting like old money becomes easier and more natural as you practice it and experience it. Because as you practice it and experience it, you develop more balance and harmony in yourself and your life. You develop more respect and admiration from others. You develop more happiness and fulfillment in yourself. So, don't be extreme or biased or conflicted in being new money or old money. Be balanced and effective in working like new money but acting like old money and watch how your success becomes smarter and bigger. Trust me, it works. And that's it, guys. Those are the 13 success secrets of the top 1% that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable from it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content like this. And I really appreciate your support and your feedback, and I want you to know that I'm rooting for you. I want you to succeed and be happy. I want you to live your best life. So, don't forget to rewatch this video and apply the lessons that you learned today. Don't forget to work like new money but act like old money. Don't forget to take radical responsibility for everything in your life. Don't forget to keep your circle small and solid. And don't forget to do whatever you do the best that you can. Because when you do that, you will not only make the world slightly better, you will make yourself much better too. And that's what success is all about. So, go ahead and do it. And let me know how it goes. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay successful.